Alright then everyone, welcome on in. This is your final call. Make sure you're in the region you want to play as for the next few months. We'll be beginning shortly. But before we do that, let me open up the sign and introduce you all to King Thrifty the First. As you can see here, King Thrifty is pretty boring. Traditional. We're going to try and stand in the way of progress wherever we can and ban anything new. And inoffensive. We're going to avoid potential scandals and try and maintain a good image. That's the roleplay for King Thrifty. Pretty dull individual. We are initially going to be going for a farming ambition. And should farming ambition fail, we'll go instead for an authority ambition. Responsible conservative, perfectly fine. Okay. You know, let's see if Thrifty can survive. Now I'm going to do a countdown in chat. 10 down to 1. The moment I hit 0, we'll click begin the game. So get hyped, everyone. Brace yourselves. We're about to begin. Boom, boom. Let's go see this god-awful map. What do we... Oh, okay. Okay. Coast big. Tiny south, look at it. South got done dirty, it did. Well, the March has to have a border with Ashmead and the south has to be in the south. So I can understand them competing. I don't know why the coast has like taken over all of this. Oh shit. Alright, that was my bad. I was moving the map around and clicked on something. All the time. Yeah, the south is the most populated as well. Yeah, we maybe can play around a bit with the map, but we'll worry about that after we've run. For starters, let's have an introduction of our council. Everyone here at the beginning of the game. Welcome on in, everyone. Joining us from the Barons, we have Baron Mean Man, Baron Nilawa, Baron Katori, Baron Alex, and Baron Gibbonexus. Welcome on in, all of our Barons. In the tiny south, we have the Grandees. We have Grandee Whopper, Grandee Morgrim, Grandee Bonkle, Grandee Lake, Grandee Weldris, and Grandee Crowned Bishop. Welcome on in, all of our Grandees. How many floppy hats have we got? Just 2 floppy hats? 2 floppy hats represented. And finally, joining us, we also have our patricians who have the largest tracts of land, yet the fewest representation. We have Lord Patrician Chaz, Lord Patrician Ephra, Lady Patrician Teeny Burt, and Lord Patrician Canadian Commander. Welcome on in. Hope you all enjoy your stay. Thank you for joining me for the launch of today's Dynasty. Now that you're the king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Let's hear. You can call me Slippity if you want. Yeah, I tried to not, but yes, Slippity. Hello, buddy. It's good to have you around, even in a new face. But yeah, thank you very much. Let's see. Your nobles hail from all across the kingdom. The wealthy coasts are scorching south, and of course the bleak march. Alright, let's introduce ourselves to the patricians of the coast. There we go, it's Slippity. Hello there. A pleasure, your august majesty. Hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. Thank you. Who we got? Grandees of the south. It's Crown Bishop. May the ninth God bless your reign, your majesty. I trust you will conduct yourself with honour and faith. And finally, from the barons we got Baron Nilawa. Hail and well met, your highness. Under your leadership we'll whip this kingdom into shape, And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favour. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. We need more ships. Do you? There's no bug, is there? No bug? No bug. Okay. I do kind of like the fact that it looks like a claw picking up the south. Advisor, welcome on in. You've been placed in with the patricians. Welcome aboard. But yeah, as for their various influences for the cultures of the regions, the south is, as I think Morgrim identified, very much Iberia, so modern day Spain and Portugal. The coast, I think, is mostly Mediterranean, coastal merchants and as such. The march is maybe Russia for like a main influence. And then the chiefs are obviously like Scandinavia. March is March is Wales? I don't know. Maybe. In terms of like the landscape, the Welsh marches. Oh, okay. Fair enough. The new model army? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Maybe Russian with clothing. Well, I was thinking of the winged hussars that you can get and stuff like that. But yeah, they've also got Spate of Europe and whatever. It is tiny grandee land, yeah. So let's start, as always. Central to Eastern Europe is the other main influence for the march. Yeah. They got a lot of Germanic names. That's true, actually. The counts are obviously, Eastern Europe. Gloomy, old Count Dracula-esque. That whole vibe. Alright, let's begin. Your Majesty. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Oh, thanks. When I die, I shall be the father of the nation. I shall make sure everyone is fed and well looked after. Interesting. Are you concerned for the welfare of the commoners, or are you just hoping for a favourable passage in the history books? I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall farming as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. What are the traits? Hold on. Yeah, it was Welsh longbowman. That was the thing that we suffered for. Let's get... Where are we? Can I put on tap a sign? I can. And this is what we're playing with. Traditional and inoffensive are the traits, Ephra. Knights of the Round Table. King Arthur, yes, originally from Wales. No extra trait. I'm taking it easy today. I don't want to... Oh, I'm still recovering from my cold. I've hacked up a lot. I think I'm on the mend. I've just got to stay well rested. Mutated Zombie Bush, hello. Everyone say hello to Mutated Zombie Bush in chat. Welcome on in, buddy. It is already spring. I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry, Chancellor? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless. And when the nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. We wouldn't want that, I suppose. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Of course. I wouldn't want to argue with tradition, would I? Shall we call the nobles in? Shut up about other countries' history now. No, it's fine, it's fine. It's all good, it's all fun. We're all here to have fun together. So our first vote of the game. All we know at the minute, I am pro-farming. I would like tradition. Throwing me in the river is the tradition. But the options are host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine, force the commoners to swear a blood oath, throw the king in the river, or troops shall bear the king through the streets atop a shield. I'm going to start the voting now. Type exclamation mark vote, followed by either A, B, C or D, depending on your option. The one with the most votes shall be passed, and that's what we'll do. Apparently we're going for the puddle. Oh, the patricians really want those votes. Then again, no, they've diversified their voting. It's the grandees showing up en masse to get more military. Alright, let's see. 14 of you, that's alright then. Soldiers from across the kingdom take part in the parade. They're even outfitted in impressive new equipment for the occasion. As you climb up onto the shield and hold your sword aloft, you realise this is not going to be easy. Your arm quickly starts to hurt, your soldiers stagger and groan under your weight. Sure enough, one of your shield bearers trips on a loose cobblestone and drops you, face first, in a puddle. In full view of half the city. At least the only thing hurt is your pride. King of the Castle, one monitor. Crusader Kings 3 on the other. I'm truly medieval maxing at the minute. It's true. That's it. It's when I'm like watching Mr. Kaji's streams and it's getting late, so I'm like falling asleep. So I've got him on one monitor and on the other I'm playing The King is Watching. That's where we're at right now. Oh dear, here we go. Eyes down everyone, time to pick schemes. So you know I'm going for a farming ambition. But each of you will be putting up your own claimant. So let's meet them. We got Samuel of the Katori Blueberry bloodline. Charismatic marcher hunter stands before a blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. What down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes, but me, your rightful king on the throne. Samuel kind of handsome, it's true. I'm a huge fan of character designs, if you will. where you get, what is it, a contrast between hair and skin colour. But yeah, here we are. We got, for the barons, we got modernisation, propaganda, or gunpowder. So I think that's all the baron uniques. So the barons can start with one of their uniques. Gunpowder, in order to lower authority. Pretty good shout, as we just lost some. Falling in the puddle. Oh. How many of you yet to vote? There's 5 of you total. Right, do a final countdown. 3, 2, 1, and we'll move on. Kaboom, kaboom time. The Republic of Kurth has this substance called gunpowder. With enough of that, the barons could take over the kingdom. Of course, a sensible king would never allow one region to hoard such a thing. To do so secretly, the barons must ensure their trading partners don't fear the king's wrath. To advance this scheme, the barons must lower authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Audio of the Teeny Burt family, sinister business mogul, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Thrifty. Something must be done. Alright, patricians, your options are A. Sorcery, B. Monopoly, or C. Conspiracy. Sorcery, obviously you're making a deal with a wizard. Monopoly and conspiracy. So Monopoly, you want to take up ownership of all the infrastructure in the kingdom and use that as leverage. Conspiracy, you're going to try and frame the king somehow. I get mixed up between conspiracy and corruption, I believe. But okay, we're going for conspiracy, so I guess we're going to find out. The patricians plan to sink the king under an ocean of debt. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 3 seasons. Takada of the Morgrim Moon lineage, notorious southern elder, stands bathed in sunshine, speaking softly. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the south, this is a stain on our honour. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Our options are doppelganger, intimidation, or uprising. So doppelganger, you're going to try and find a body double to replace me with. Intimidation, you're going to try and infiltrate the palace with your soldiers and force me to obey you. Or uprising, rely on the peasants to overthrow me on your behalf. None of which are unique. None of these are the grandee uniques. Hey Alex, welcome back. Same brainwave, yeah. Look, everyone was like, oh, Biffo will be here. The grandees plan to swap the real king for a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. Okay. To advance their scheme, the grandees must keep defiance at 4 or less in 4 seasons. So then, looking at our rogues gallery, we got Samuel, the ambitious vassal of the March. The barons are pursuing gunpowder, and for the first stage of 3 on their scheme, they need to lower the kingdom's authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons' time. It's currently at 4, so they just need to hang steady. Takada, the treacherous half-sibling of the south. The grandees are pursuing the doppelganger scheme. And as such, they want to find me a body double, and their first step towards that is to keep their own defiance at 4 or less in 4 seasons' time. It's currently at 1, so as long as they don't get grumpy. Just no grumpy grandees today, okay? And then you'll be fine. And finally, our other ambitious vassal, Claudia, from the patricians of the south, of the coast rather. The patricians pursuing the conspiracy scheme. They're trying to bankrupt me so you can offer me some sort of loan. They need to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 3 seasons. I currently have 3,000 gold. So good luck with that. Let's have a look-see here. What do we want? You know what? Reverse voting. Why not? Oh, I should have taken Anonymous, maybe. Uh-oh. Alright, let's start with counterfeit currency, then the call for apprentices. The coast has been prosperous of late, but my tax collectors are reporting suspicious coins in the latest takings. The whole region is awash with fake money. The council needs to act. I mean, we're not going to do this, but I'm okay with either of these. We can have a new coin that's harder to counterfeit, or a substantial reward, a bounty on counterfeiters. We're not just going to return duds. Holy crap, we're really hung. The bats don't even outnumber the other regions, they're just committed. Committed to the bit. Alright, we're going to do a 3, 2, 1, and then we'll move on. If you've yet to vote, now's the time. Now here's the thing. I am a traditionalist. I don't want new things. There's nothing wrong with the old coins. We just need to collect all the counterfeiters and nip this in the bud. Over the next few weeks, bounty hunters root out counterfeiters in cellars, hideouts and backrooms across the coast. More than 100 forgers space the noose. All those bounties are eye-wateringly expensive, of course, but the public trust in your currency soars. Controversy erupts when it's revealed that one of the counterfeiting rings is led by Lord Patrician Mutated Zombie Bush himself. Of course, his fake gold is confiscated at once. Haha, I'm sorry, I just needed a little extra cash. Haha, ha, ha. Zombie Bush. Our first event of the game after picking schemes. Do I hang you? Give him a warning? A warning? No, he's going in jail minimum. This third one. Let him off with a warning? That's a non-option. Yeah, I think it would be a scandal if we let him get away. Tap the sign? Cell? Would I put him in a cell? Why? Pro-authority. Well, you don't want to offend him. Be nice, behead him instead. I think... I mean, it's best to treat nobility better than the peasantry, right? It's one thing jack anybody trying to make some fake coins. But yeah, I think throwing him in a damp dark cell. Yeah, that's probably it. Lord Patrician mutated zombie bush is led away in chains, glaring at you with icy loathing, but the other patricians are forced to admit that the punishment fits the crime. There we are. Alright, salutes in chat, everyone. Mutated zombie bush has been imprisoned. Mutated zombie bush II will be joining the council in their place. Mutated, you feel free to change up whatever roleplay ideas you had. What a rough start. The kill count climbs to 1. Not dead, just in prison. Okay. Oh no! Oh, okay. I thought I was going to have to deal with Mutated Zombie Bush II immediately after taking care of the first one. Unfortunate tidings, Your Serene Highness. A meddling wizard had set up shop in Zacernus. I believe it is Pestia, the Lady of Pestilence. Oh! Tell me more about Pestia Bestia. Wizards have managed to tame creation in itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the church. Even the High Inquisitor wouldn't dare move against them openly. Pestia's influence over plagues, diseases, insects, and other horrid things like that. She's put out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed, glory-seeking citizens from all over the coast are lining up for their chance. Not just peasants, Gibbo Nexus have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those peasants are no match. I'll be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. Gibbo, what do you want to do? Do you want to pay to go? You couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help. We can't let this go ahead. Not only is it heresy, it presents a clear and dangerous conflict of interests. No, I like my mortal weapons, so you want to stay. Okay. Assemble the council then. Thanks, Your Majesty. As Gibbo would like to stay with us, I'm going to put the monarch's vote in to support Gibbo being banned from travelling to Zacernus. Aaron as an apprentice? I think not, yeah. This is good. This is thumbs up, Gibbo, if this is what you want. Try not to send anyone that doesn't want to go. Yes, please. There we go. Vote C, everyone, and we'll forbid Gibbo from travelling. Okay, 7 is a pretty solid lead. Oh. 8, 9. Okay, I think we're good. In fact, you can't even beat that. But Gibbo, imagine the power. No, the power of guns and swords. My humblest thanks, Your Serene Highness, for not bowing to this power-hungry fool. Now, if you excuse me, I must deal with this troublesome wizard. So a noble can't even enter into a years-long blood pact to become an all-powerful demigod without council approval? Whatever happened to a so-called freedom? Shadow Moon, hello, welcome, where are you? There you are, you're in the Barrens. And the Barrens are grumpy. Pestia's presence in Zacernus attracts all sorts of visitors through the power of her magic. Starts to wilt crops for miles around. Oh, I hate it. Can't believe Pestia would take my farming. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. The patricians were champion gladiators from the arena. The grandees with fierce battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel. And the barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Well, the barons are grumpy. Oh no! Unfortunately, we can't recruit the Archer veterans. There's been a major scandal. Some of them were making up their military records. The medals were made of tin, and the scars were from farming accidents. They won't come to the capital until this blows over. You'll need to pick someone else. Okay. Well, I was going to go for the Archer veterans for political reasons. But if I'm forced between the other two... I think the nuns don't say anything. They embrace the ways of the Ninth Church. I'm going to be honest, it's going to be the nuns. I think the oily boys, as you guys put it, I think they're going to be a bit of a political liability. A bit too rowdy. Not quite my speed, not quite my image. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. It's got to be the Southern Nuns. I will make the arrangements at once, damn it. The march is, like, already pissed off. Oh, the battle nuns arrive at the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn still mouths betray nothing. Before filing information behind your throne. The kingdom is stable for now? That's not good, is it? Though, for now. I don't like that. Alright, we got an auction. Let's see. What do we want? What do we need? Well, the only stuff that interacts with schemes. The barons want to keep authority low. They can do so with B, the theatre. But if you'd like to stall or hinder the baron's scheme, A, the monument will increase authority instead. In other news, I have a ambition to raise farming as much as I can. C, the deer park would undermine that. I would ask politely for D, the library, so we can get that stability up and have a bit of a buffer so we're less likely to go to civil war. I would like to avoid a civil war if at all possible. But here is everyone and their money. You've all got 1,000 gold except for mutated Zombie Bush, who was a counterfeiter. King Thrifty would love some D? Yes. Let's start the auction now. Type exclamation mark fund, followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund, followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top 2 items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. Everything else will be refunded. You got about 40 seconds to get all your funding in. But there's a slight delay on stream, so I will type in chat when there are 10 seconds left. Right, what are we looking at? We got F Fortress. Why are we building that? And in second place, we got B, the theatre. 10 seconds. Go, go, go. Get in there. Right. I don't like the military build-up and I don't like the loss of authority. That was rough. Funded by the meme man. Thanks. Okay. Let's deal with the plague of rats and work our way up. Grandy Bonkle strides into the council chamber, distraught, waving a dead rat by its tail. The fields and barns to the south are overrun by vermin, and with no more poison for these horrible things. We can't cope anymore. I think rat poison. Rat poison will work. Cats needed? Maybe. Let me just go get a fresh drink, as my throat's getting a bit scratchy. Oh. Oh, wow. We cat maxing. Cats are here. Alright. Send them in. Grandy Bonkle bows to you deeply. I can't thank you enough, Your Highness. You send a caravan of cats over to the south. By the time they reach their destination, they're both hungry and very, very angry. The perfect rat-catching mindset. Let's wait and see what happens. Send in Nugget. Soon the rats are gone. Most households in the south have a very satisfied cat guarding their food. You hope kittens don't become a problem. Fantastic, the cats did it. Cats worked. A blood-red comet was spotted in the night sky over the south, Your Highness. The peasants are claiming it is a terrible omen. The common folk are on the verge of panic. Is there anything I can do? Tell the church to dispel such baseless superstitions. No! The priests of the south preach that the comet is actually a good omen due to a new interpretation of an obscure cluster of stars. Unfortunately, the peasants don't believe a word of it. For a few weeks, the south is gripped by panic. Riots break out in the streets. Soothsayers wander the land, foretelling doom. We don't like doom. Doom is bad. Here we go. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even the spymaster. But there's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. Is it really that urgent, Mother? Of course, don't worry, don't worry. I'll find the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Women, Mother, please. Excellent. I'll send out messages to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what nice young ladies they have to offer. Mother can be shown in some other... there's one other event if you do the party. If you go the party route for your spouse. Oh, there's 4 other events? Oh, what else can she show up in? Well, obviously the one where she shows the... shows you the spouses. Amid dark and foreboding forests, a small squat castle stands watch over the march of borders. There at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. Look here, our first shipment from Kurth. No, for the first game, the mother will show them. Fireside chats? Oh, okay. That's such a rare event. Incredible, may I see? Careful with that torch, you fool. It'll blow us all to smithereens. So this is the fabled black powder. Incredibly powerful, but we'll need much more to put you on the throne. For the next stage of the Baron's scheme, they must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Currently got 5 trade. So you just need to stay the course. Now for tax... I mean, this is what I'm thinking. We just need to cheer the barons up. But then that wouldn't really be fair, especially as it's right at the start of the game. My rebellion? Yeah. Alright, we'll stay the course for now. Counterfeiters have been caught. A wizard troubles. Let's start with the counterfeiters. Lowers pitchforks, thank you. Your Majesty, remember the bounties we placed on forgers in the coast? Of course, yes. The counterfeiters we were hanging were rank amateurs. Their coins are only convincing if you're a fool, or drunk, or both. But now we've rooted out a real professional. Her coins are so convincing even I can't tell the difference. Let me introduce Penelope. Hello, your esteemed highness. Please don't hang me. Oh dear, I hate meeting people before we hang them. Penelope's skills are extraordinary, and hanging her would be a waste. We should employ her at the Royal Mint to help us make coins that can't be forged. Or even better, we could use her expertise to track down other forgers. By the 9th, if we employ this outlaw, we make a mockery of the King's justice. Are we sending a message that we only execute insufficiently skilled criminals? I mean, you know... Catch the other forgers. New stuff, yeah. I mean, you say that, but it is a good idea. I'm sort of tied between A and B myself. We do have a legal Assassin's Guild. Shh, the commoners don't need to know about the Assassin's Guild. I think I'd lean towards B, and I'll put a monarch's vote on it. But you can vote however way you like, everyone. A, B or C. Hang Penelope, have her help us catch other forgers, or have Penelope come up with a counterfeit-proof coin. Isn't C too innovative? A little bit, but it's not, like, bad. But yeah, it looks like the people have spoken. She's going to be hunting down other counterfeiters for us. Thank you, Your Majesty. I won't let you down. She's as good as her word. Under Penelope's eagle eye, there are no more counterfeiting in the coast. Fake coins are rooted out quickly and their forgers hunted down. But the patricians grumble, muttering of your forgiveness of such a criminal is a sign of weakness, not mercy. More troubles is Zaconus, your esteemed highness. Ever since Pestia took up residence to train her apprentices, people have been getting sick. Well, we can't do anything about wizards, so just leave her alone. You're asking me to just stand by while this creature of evil sucks the very life out of my town and people? By the ninth, I won't stand for it. We might see a third already. Lord Patrician Mutated Zombie Bush II, despite your command, musters a force of hardened mercenaries and heads to Zagonus to evict Pestia once and for all. It doesn't go well. The fighters are stricken with deadly illnesses before they even reach the outskirts of the town. Meanwhile, Mutated Zombie Bush II is handed over to the Lady of Pestilence in chains by a gang of fearful peasants. It's said he's kept on the edge of death at Pestia's bidding, stricken with disease but unable to die, punishment for daring to go against her. Her sickness continues to spread in Zagonus and beyond, and it's not long before people start to die and peasants stop going outside to avoid a similar fate. Salutes in chat, the quickest third I remember having seen. It is, isn't it? We haven't even got married yet, and the Mutated Zombie Bush family, the lineage has taken 2 hits already. Let me dial up the volume of the music. Sorry, I didn't realise I had it set down still. Well, there we are. That's life. Now, let's see. Hill count climbs to 2 bushes. It takes months before Pestia abruptly departs. By then, Zagonus has become an accursed stain on the coastal maps. I've found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely or be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. Your mother leads you to the Great Hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright, let's see the eligible bachelorettes. She whisks away the cloth from the first portrait. Oh wait, who do we actually want actually? Let's bring up the sign and discuss that. We're traditional and inoffensive. We want somebody that's keeping a clean sheet. Doesn't get involved in any scandals. Maybe someone who's a bit religious. Who knows? From the Ghost we have Aurelia, wealthy heiress to Lady Patrician Teenybert's estate. I mean, just look at her. She's gorgeous. And apparently she's got a silver tongue too. She's also obsessed with the arena. All her friends are gladiators and sometimes she even enters a fight herself. And apparently she has a dark side. I don't know how much more about that. Kind of neutral? I don't know. Would I be against the arena fighting? Maybe. I'm leaning vaguely negative. Could be worse, but could be a lot better. Sorry about that, Teenybert. From the south, we have Zakentha, eldest daughter of the Lakelock lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? She spends most of her time in the library, base buried in some book of ancient history. She's got grand plans by all accounts. She wants to change the world. Oh. Ancient history, that was exciting, but changing the world? New things? New ideas? Ugh. Ugh, sorry. Sorry, Lake. And finally, we have the Marches offering Johanna, scion of the prestigious Shadow Moon bloodline. Typical Baroness, really. Loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Set up her own mercenary company for a while and did good business. That's all over now, though. She's got a reputation for not giving a damn what anyone thinks of her. Oh my god, they're all terrible. Okay, I think it's the Patrician's option then. It's the least egregious. Let me just double check. God forbid anyone be an innovator. It was Lake Locks. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. Aurelia. She's good looking, fights in the arena, has a dark side. Oh. Okay, yeah. Well, which then do you wish to marry? Aurelia of the Coast. Excellent, I shall make the arrangements at once. Okay. The dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Terrible news, the kingdom prospers, the treasury is practically overflowing. I didn't expect a new king to be competent. Nobody did, we must work harder to bankrupt him. The Pat's aim is to load the treasury to 1,500 or less, okay. I can smell the rebellion. Can you? Call for stability. Maybe? Yeah, we can do that. Call for unity rather. Brandy Whopper rushes into the council chamber, breathless and in disarray. By the knife, you look like you haven't slept for weeks. That's because I've been placed under a curse. Look, my hair's falling out in chunks. Perhaps you're ill or old. It was one of my peasants, I saw it in her eyes. She's an evil witch. Witch! Alright, have the witch tested, it's the only way. Summon the priest. Not my hair, yeah, we gotta fix this. Hey, we'll test the witch. What are we sending scholars for? What do scholars know about such matters? Oh. Wise people need to look into this. Yeah, a priest. Alright, it's close, but final countdown. 3, 2, 1. Boom, boom. You arrange for a priestess of the ninth god to question the accused. The church does not look kindly upon witches, particularly if they're cursing a noble for no reason. After several days of questioning and burning of incense, the priestess makes her announcement. The accused is innocent. Things settle down, and Whopper eventually admits that some new pomade may be to blame for her hair troubles. Damn, okay. As you're walking besides the palace parade grounds, the crossbow bolt whizzes past your head and shatters against the wall behind you. Baron Shadowmoon approaches, out of breath and waving frantically. They have a sleek, fancy-looking crossbow nestled in one hand. Bloody hell, your majesty, I nearly took your head up. Put that thing somewhere else. Sorry to scare you. I just wanted to show you this crossbow. It can shoot 3 bolts a minute. Punch through Ashmedian armour at 500 yards. Beautiful, isn't she? Trouble is, to achieve such accuracy and power, she needs to be crafted from springwood, and it only grows in the forests of the coast. And those coastal bastards charge exorbitantly for it. That's the free market, I suppose. Ha! If this is what the free market looks like, let's put it in chains. That's what I say. The barons of the march are guarding your borders, your majesty. And yet we cannot afford to buy the weapons we need. If you want to keep your kingdom safe, the patricians must stop price gouging. Your August Majesty, this is outrageous. These barons just want a bargain. I think we're not going to give it for free. I'd like to plant the Springwood Grove in the March. I think that's fine. Either that or refuse to limit the free market. C or D are the ones that I'd ideally like to see. I love how this is a conversation between the barons and the patricians, and the grandees are just wandered in like, this is what you're doing, buddy. We're going to take the trees from the patricians and we're going to plant them in the march. That's the game. Frickin' grandees coming in, thinking they're the boss. A few weeks later, a wagon load of Springwood seeds arrive in the march. They're planted in painstaking rows outside Baron Shalamoon's estate, tended by their best farmers. Unfortunately, the stony soil and bitter weather of the march proved too much for the seedlings. Nothing grows in the Springwood Grove, and the barons grumble about your decision as the patricians ratchet up prices. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, we tried. We tried to fix it. Your wedding to Aurelia is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Aurelia at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do, Archie. Then I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, Aurelia, laps up the attention, delivering a witty speech in which she flatters you outrageously. There we go, flattery is good. By the time you find yourself alone with Aurelia, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. You danced so very beautifully. It was such a wonderful day, wasn't it? It is alright. This shocks her at first and then she smiles. Me neither. Still, I suppose it's the game we must play. Let's drop the act, shall we? With pleasure. Well, what should we talk about? I'm so used to steering conversation into safe waters, I've forgotten how to let it run its natural course. I was so nervous about today. Me too. Not that I let myself show it. From there, the conversation flows like fine wine. You pass a bottle back and forth, laying bare your deepest fears and hopes. At night's end, you join your wife in bed, feeling for the first time that you glimpsed her real feelings. Hey. It's all good. In the south, beneath the scorching sun, a grandee bonkel is strolling through their vineyards in the company of a few close friends. You said you had a surprise for me. Indeed, and here it is. Behold. You were iffy on her at first, my liege? Yeah, but the others were terrible, the other options. But we like it when it all comes together. Your Majesty, what are you doing here at such an hour? I'm sorry, I hope you didn't overhear any. Quit babbling, you blowhard. This isn't the king. It's a peasant who's the king's spitting image. Got above, and just in time. The spymaster trusts us so much that she's not noticed we're fortifying the border. That means we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the king and putting this fool in his place. How do we manage that? We need the kingdom in utter chaos, bad enough that the king's abduction can slip past unnoticed. But for the next stage of their scheme, the grandees must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Right, patricians are locked out. They've got to lower the treasury by at least another 500 gold. The grandees are moving to replace me with the doppelganger, so they'll do that if the stability can drop to 4 or less in 2 seasons' time. It's currently at 7, so they got a bit of a walk there. And finally, Samuel, the barons, need to keep their trade at least at 5 in 2 seasons' time. It's currently at 5, so they should be okay unless something happens. Something has happened. Something has happened. Ace, welcome on in. Where's Ace? There you are, on top of the barons. Your Highness. Oh, here you are. Ace, welcome aboard. Your Highness, our mutual friend Grandee Crowned Bishop has discovered a nest of crawlers on a new tract of southern farmland. Naturally, we barons recommended he fill the tunnels immediately, lest they spread to other regions and endanger our crops. But Crowned Bishop refuses to do so. Knaves have gone missing, Your Highness. These crawlers are much more dangerous than they appear. Legends speak of crawlers living in great cities beneath the soil, taking the weak to be consumed. We should leave them the land to them. They're not to be trifled with. Marshal, what do you know about these crawlers? Horrible cow-sized worms that live under the earth, with tiny clacking legs, like centipedes. They're rare but formidable foes. They turn up unpredictably and attack whenever they find, before retreating back into the earth. Nothing that well-organised troops can't handle, I'm sure. Alright, well, let's get the council together. Thank you, Your Highness. Oh. I mean... abandon the fields, right? That's got to be the correct one. Let's just walk away. Oh, damn. Okay. Apparently we're going to investigate. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. That's not great. Final countdown. 3, 2, 1, and we'll move on. Look at these traitors to the crown, that's it. Very well, who will we send on this most unfortunate mission? We're gonna send soldiers from the south, right? On my honour, Your Majesty, we'll sort this out for you, just you watch. Unfortunately, your investigators drop off the face of Celestath as soon as they leave on their journey to the tunnels. Oh. Grandee Crowned Bishop bides his time, but many peasants move away. That is rough. A need for horses, though. The truth is they're dead. I think we can conclude that, yes. They went down into the tunnels and didn't return. Your Highness, I've been thinking. Archer soldiers are without peer, but our armies could always be stronger. Okay, mean man. What we need are better horses, but the best don't come cheap. The Ashmedians have a surplus of destriers at the moment, horses bred for war. Perhaps the crown could go halves with the barons to acquire some, for the good of the kingdom, of course. No, I'm not going to bankrupt myself. I think the barons can breed their own destriers. No, I'm not going to bankrupt the nation for this. It's time to gamble. It's true. Alright, we're gonna oh! Okay, right, let's do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. It's currently a hung vote. No new stuff. I mean, I guess, yeah, you haven't needed these horses. You haven't needed these horses so far. No destriers? What are we going to ride? Coursers? Bah! It's people like you that know nothing about horses or chivalry. Thrifty, I have something I need to discuss with you. I've been honing my combat skills in the practice yard, but I long to experience the real thing. The arena in my hometown is looking for volunteers. May I heed the call? Who would you be fighting? Mostly wild animals, like bulls or lions. But if I impress, who knows? Maybe I'll get to fight an arena legend like the Adder or Heyo the Bulwark. Not to worry, fights against gladiators are only to first blood, of course. As long as you're careful, my love. Excellent, look for me in the fur loincloth. I'll be wearing your colours, of course. In the day of Aurelia's first fight comes quickly, you watch from your booth and she looks attractive, of course. All that fighting in the yard wasn't for nothing after all. Aurelia does well in her first bout, dispatching a wild boar with only a trident, but it's a fight against the lion that everyone's waiting for. Who are we going to cheer her on? That's my wife. Get on in there. Oh no! The fight goes poorly, to say the least. Your honour guard are forced to jump into the ring on Aurelia's behalf and drag her out, losing one of their own in the process. Word of the embarrassing fight spreads far and wide, causing a dip in the Queen Consort's credibility, and by extension yours. Oh! Oh! Yikes. Okay, well, it is what it is, I guess. Now then, time to vote. Let's see, scheme-wise, Grandees want a lower stability. They can do so with D, the prison. Barons want to keep their trade up. They can do so with B, the Grand Bazaar. I think, though, I would really like E, the aqueduct, but I'd also be kind of taken for C, the monument, because our authority is getting dangerously low. AJ, welcome on in. Let's see, where has it put you? There you are, you're in the Barons. Welcome aboard. But yeah, our second auction of the game. We all know the deal. We're going to start the auction now. Type !fund, followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund, followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top 2 items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. Everything else will be refunded back to you. You got about 40 seconds to get your funding in, but there's a slight delay on stream, so I'll type in chat when there are 10 seconds left. Alright, what have we currently got? B&F, Grand Bazaar and Deer Park. Oh, D&B, we got the prison. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boom, 10 seconds. Go, go, go. Oh, Lord. So the 2 schemes won out. Well, okay. That's fine. Oh, now what? Bronze giants? Your Holiness, you have to stop these barons. They're hiring giants from Atesh. Wait, what? Ooh. I don't know if I've seen this before. Morgrim, if you're about, is this one that you fixed? We have we? I don't remember this. It interacts interestingly with the Ashmedian War. Ah. As you enter the council hall, you find a towering scaled giant, gleaming in the candlelight, hunched over slightly to avoid hitting the chandelier with its head. The nobles cower in fear. Okay. Oh, it's the horse. Okay, this is why we normally do something about the horses. We couldn't have any horses, so we decided to go in another direction. Bronze giants, 12 feet tall, strong as 10 soldiers. They'll be especially excellent for knocking down enemy walls. Nilama, you went and hired some giants? Council, I must protest this. These monsters are spawn of the 8th god. Twisted and unholy creatures that no mortal should trifle with. Oh dear. Do you want to go to war? Tap in the sign? I mean, I don't like the giants, I guess. It's up to you all. Votes are open. Yeah. Okay, what are we currently looking at? Gonna do a final countdown. 3, 2, 1, and we'll move on. Don't know how I feel about this. Oh! Well, it's the monarch's vote. I'm sorry, mean man. My hard work, they're going back. They'll have paid good money for those things. What business it is of yours anyway? Against the Baron's will, the giants are shipped promptly back to Atesh to do whatever it is they do there. At the same time, rumours spread among the Marcher commoners that the influence of the church over both the king and the barons. Hey, faith up. Stop yelling. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't type in all caps too much if you can avoid it. Gunpowder smuggling. Your Highness, the Barons of the March are attempting to amass historic gunpowder. You know, the expensive black powder from Kerr. What can I do? The Barons have established contracts with Kerr merchants, no doubt at great expense. Without the coin to purchase more powder, however, their plot will fail. As it stands, the Barons' trade is strong enough to procure a large stock of gunpowder. If you wish to stop them, you have to act fast. You bring the revelations which the Barons wholeheartedly deny to the Council. Well, we're not going to let the Barons do whatever they want, because we've made a tradition now of interfering with the Barons. We can have trade sanctions to delay the scheme for a season, or we can slap tariffs on the march. I don't know what end. That wouldn't actually help. But delaying it for a season, that would definitely move the needle. Please no lower than 5. Ninth God, I pray to thee. I think it's going to be -1. But let's see. Yeah, -1. Predictably, the Barons roar about unfair treatments and the prejudices of the Council, but tariffs are passed nonetheless. Alright, everyone, look, listen. I feel bad for the Barons. I honestly do. They're like, we want to innovate the army, and like, nah. Can we have crossbows? Nah. Can we have horses? Nah. Can we have giants? Nah. Can we have gunpowder? Ooh. Tariffs. Best I can do for you, Barons. Tariffs. The new laws certainly put a dampener on the Baron's effort to purchase the expensive explosive. You can only hope it will be enough. Barons are having a rough start to the dynasty. It will build character. It really will. Your marriage to Aurelia has grown strong and steady like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. I'm very happy, thank you. Your happiness isn't as important as fulfilling your duty to the kingdom, but I'm glad you found a way to have both. You've done so well so far, but something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured, a child of your own do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. I think me and my wife can take care of it, Mother. Don't worry. The traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. Alright, here we go. Somewhere in a dark cellar, a nervous baron is showing his guests a stupendous cache of explosive gunpowder. Behold! Great God. Not my life. Isn't it rarer than gold dust? Over here it is. But this isn't just the biggest stockpile in the kingdom, but the only one. Now what do we do with it? What will the barons do? Barons, are you going to sneak the gunpowder under the palace and blow them all sky high? Or start manufacturing muskets and cannons to make our own military unbeatable? Either A, raise stability, or B, raise military. They're literally like, we're going to innovate the army in secret. We're so angry. We're so pissy. We're going to make cannons in secret and then roll them out. And the king can't stop us. They could go A and lose a war to win, I guess. Alright, is that everyone voting? Remind that a lot of people here do not play for the schemes. Yes, vibe check, everyone. Most people don't play to win. We're playing to role play. It's all about having fun and having a lark. So yeah, please don't get too sweaty or take any of it too seriously. Although I think you've all been well behaved. You know, there's been some light jabbing in chat. But just be mindful of other people and do whatever you want. Fate will decide. Okay, I'm going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Barons, if you've yet to vote, now's the time. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Fate has decided. What has it decided? Raise your own military. They're going to make the cannons and they're going to make the guns. Now we have all this gunpowder, we can reverse engineer Curve's musket designs. We just need the troops to wield them. Then we step up our recruitment, so we're ready when the time comes. I'll get to it. For the final stage of their scheme, the barons must raise their military to at least 8. Alright, currently at 6. Meanwhile, in the south, Grandee Boncords invited their closest associates to their manor house for some wine and cheese and treason. This is another thing to bear in mind. If civil war breaks out and stability dips, the Grandees will have a pass. The kingdom's not exactly peaceful, but there's still no way we could stage the abduction of the king without being noticed. We need a little more chaos, don't we? The Grandee's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. Alright, I can't really justify the cost. Just gotta keep on trucking, and barons can now rebel. Alright, let's start with the crawler problem. That's big. Laughingstock, comet sighting. Comet sighting's the least of the concerns. We'll start with that and then go to crawlers. A dread comet was spotted in the night sky over the coast, Your August Majesty. The citizens are claiming it is a terrible omen. Oh no, Slippery. The common folk are on the verge of panic. Is there anything we can do? Hey, didn't we already have this? Am I misremembering? Yeah. We did. The 2 comets? Okay, alright. Have a gander at it, Morgrim. Tell the church to do the good work. Oh no. The priests of the coast preach that a comet is actually a good omen due to a new interpretation of an obscure cluster of stars. Unfortunately, the peasants don't believe a word of it. For a few weeks, the coast is gripped by panic, riots break out in the streets, soothsayers wander the land foretelling doom. Oh. It's been many moons since we last heard from the soldiers we sent into the tunnels on Grandee Crown Bishop's land. We must act before this crawler menace spreads to the other regions. Peasants disappear and sinkholes swallow whole villages, while Crown Bishop hides in his mansion and does nothing. Belligerent fool! Imagine their retaliation if we anger them directly. I would rather abandon my estate. Well, let's do that then. Evacuate everyone from the area. God, it sucks. This sucks so much. Or gather the barons and fight. I don't want to do nothing. We ought to do something. This could be a big problem for us going forward. If we don't deal with these crawlers. Oh, Christ, okay. Abandon the area and pay for it. That's fine, that'll work. I think the patricians will also get to progress with this, won't they? Right? Oh, 1550. Okay, no, not quite. What? I'm not some kind of charity. Oh, but it is quite a lot of gold. And Crown Bishop always did invite me to his weird birthday parties. Fine. Eventually the creatures withdraw of their own accord, leaving behind a swath of terrified peasants with missing family members and horrific stories. Bats are out of the race at the minute? Yeah, pretty much. Your Majesty, the acclaimed playwright Reginald Blinwood has written another smash hit. All the theatres in the capital are showing it nightly. What's the problem? The problem is that the new play features a character obviously based on you. I don't like where this is going. The character is played by a professional clown named Biffo. At one point a bucket of custard is upended on his head and he sits on the throne. Yeah, it's Biffo. Like, the body double is taking a side gig. Your Highness, the peasants and nobles alike are watching this play. The theatres are packed. You must put a stop to it. You simply cannot be known as King Biffo. I think I'll attend the play myself. A shocked silence falls in the theatres as heralds announce your arrival. You wave from the royal box as the actors stare up at you, clearly horrified. The show must go on. Shout out to Biffo. All my homies love Biffo. That's true. We all love Biffo here. Biffo the best. The play begins. Soon enough, the Clown King arrives on stage, comedically tripping on his own robes. They somehow found an actor who looks just like you. Endless humiliations are heaped on this honking, squeaking parody. Finally, the play concludes with the custard-drenched king handing his crown to the deserving hero. All eyes turn to you. How do you react? Well, we go down onto the stage. The actors shrink away from you. The audience are deadly silent. Everyone's terrified of what you'll do next. Congratulate the actors on a hilarious play. You a new play, not one? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a stretch. That's a stretch, Alex. I don't think the idea of making a new play defies tradition. The audience break out into relieved cheers. The actors bow before you, weeping from gratitude. After that, the whole capital can talk about nothing but your good humour and mercy. The barons are locked in, apparently. We're going to take the iron choice. There we go. And we got a rebellion. Hoopering and the king defies tradition. No, the king isn't defying tradition. Like what? Are you telling me nobody would make a play? You have to go to the theatres and watch the same play on repeat. Dissing on the king? You know, it is what it is. Alright, rebellion. Let's start. At long last, the barons have reached their boiling point. You're confronted in your throne room by Baron AJ, their boots stomping mud all over your nice carpet. The barons of the march are sick of your lies and tyranny. We'll give you soft city-dwelling bastards a proper kicking. We'll be fighting for Samuel, the true king. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the battlefield. By the time this is all over, I will see your head on a spike, AJ. There will be many heads on spikes before this war is over. Mine will not be among them. Baron AJ strides from your throne room without looking back. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances against the rebels? The barons are formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade any other regions to join their rebellion. That would be disastrous. Alright, brace for it. How did things get this bad? The leader of the rebellion is Baron Alex the Kind of Just. As for reason in the uprising, he's citing your history of petty transgressions against the barons. They're not even listed. Nothing that important has happened. Well, I guess we'll have to beat them. Yes, Your Majesty, hold on to that feeling, you'll need it. So this is it, civil war. That's right, Your Majesty, the kingdom is divided. There'll be a lot of death and suffering before this is all over. I can't wait. I'll go dig out the trebuchets. Petty transgressions only. Yeah, just petty transgressions. Alright, Baron only votes here. You denied us horses, giants, crossbows and placed tariffs on gunpowder. Gunpowder is technically illegal. Oh, who's this? Did I miss someone joining? Oh no, Katori's been here for ages. Okay, well, sorry, Katori. Ah. The time has come. The kingdom has grown soft under the weak and ineffectual rule of King Thrifty. As usual, it's up to the barons to fix things. With violence. Aye, too right. Let's march on the capital and kick some heads in. All in good time, but we're barons on a march. Let's live up to the reputation, eh? Let's be clever. But I want to kick some heads. Oh, there'll be plenty of that, but first let's think carefully about where to strike first. We can launch a preemptive strike against the grandees to cripple their military. If we suspect the patricians may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. We can also call upon the church to condemn the king, or finally, you could send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. Alright. What's it gonna be? Audio lags? Is it? Anyone else having audio issues? Barons only vote on this as to what you want to do. Launch a strike on the grandees. Call upon the patricians to join the cause. Petition to support the church. Send an assassin after the king. Yeah, no, just some light buffering. Okay, that might be your internet. Might be the distance between me and the rest of you. Those of you that are having some issue. Calling on the church. Okay, here we go. 80%. What could go wrong? Thank you for meeting with me, Your Holiness. Your message was most heartfelt. How can I turn down those in need? We're all the Knife God's children, after all. And I couldn't agree more, and on that subject, the church has been suffering lately, hasn't it? The king hasn't been giving you the support you deserve. Alas, it is true, the king strayed far from the light of the knife. Hold on, Archie, come on. I banned giants for you. That's pissed off the barons, so now the barons are going to war. And you're just like, oh, the king don't do nothing for me. It breaks my heart, but a king with so little concern for the kingdom's spiritual health can scarcely be considered a king at all. Oh, this is all fake. Now, Samuel, on the other hand, if he ever finds himself on the throne, he would be sure to make a substantial contribution to the church's coffers. Now, you know I care not for money. I only care about what's best for the kingdom. And what's best for the kingdom is a monarch who cares about the church. I'll lend you my full support gladly. Thank you, Your Holiness. Go with God. Faithful followers of both the Knife God and the King are thoroughly shaken by the church officially throwing their weight behind the rebels. Their loyalties torn in half. Thousands of soldiers desert to join the rebellion, fearing for their souls. Oh, it's not looking good. Baron's military is suddenly bigger than both the Pats and the Grandees altogether. Deep in the forest, a group of rebel barons have gathered to discuss the civil war. With them are their spies, a cluster of nondescript marcher citizens in ordinary clothes. Yikes, it is yikes. Hail, friends! Be sure to get a drink and make yourselves comfortable. Gadzooks, hard to be comfortable when that tyrant king Thrifty sits on his throne, eh? That's precisely why I invited you here. We know the patricians are in the king's pocket, but are they common folk? Coastal economy is thriving, and I know for a fact that Lord Patrician Charles Waffles Tails has lots of fingers in a lot of pies, but his fortune shared with the ordinary people of the coast? Our spies should spread the word. We'll be kinder to the peasants than Lord Patrician Charles Waffletails and his corrupt compatriots. Huzzah! Then let us decide how to proceed. Alright, so barons, promise riches to those who enlist, set aside bountiful farmland for coastal peasants, or use spies to improve our tactical military position instead. It's kind of unfortunate, but here we are. I don't think we're going to win this one. The barons take a gamble, focusing on gathering intel rather than luring more raw recruits. Under the disguise of travelling merchants, the spies move into coastal territory. While scouting the furthest edges of the coast, they uncover a hidden supply cache far from civilization. Not only that, the cache includes a coded journal listing planned troop movements for the next strike. The barons move quickly, ambushing coastal troops before they know what's happened. It's a bloody engagement, and it's over with brutal speed. Ugh. Oh, not good. I think Samuel and the barons have this one in the bag. Torquada, I mean, maybe the Grandees will shake loose, stability could drop. Claudia and the patricians, I think, are pretty much out of it at this point. But we'll see how it goes. Pinch point, a great battle, your heir. Let's start with pinch point, then we'll do the great battle. Glory awaits me, man. Our forces will soon march across the river Goldspool in the coast, and after that it's a clear road to the capital. A river crossing is a dangerous time for any army. We should do something unexpected. Build rafts downstream and float our troops across. By the ninth, what cowardice is this? If we take the main bridge and fortify it, we'll control half the coast. I urge caution. Barons, build rafts downstream and stay away from trouble. Or seize the day, capture and hold the main bridge. Or C, cross the bridge and collapse it behind us. What's it going to be, barons, in your rebellion? This is the road to the capital right here. Going to collapse the bridge. We do not need a return. No return. Lodi Ape said, excellent putting game. What? He's pleased with our golf? Okay. That typo. Alright, well, here we go. I see it. The barons battle their way across the bridge, then knock out supports and send it crash into the river. Half the coastal troops are now stranded on the other side, but for how long? The patricians rallied their best engineers to rebuild. Hey! And thanks to their strong economy, they manage it. At great expense, a wooden replacement bridge is built in a matter of days, stopping the barons from capitalising on their advantage. Thanks, patricians. Vast armies darken the landscape like the shadows of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding with the rhythm and marching of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. Your Majesty, the army of the march is advancing on the capital, led by that treacherous cur, Baron Alex. I received word that the commander of our loyalist forces in the south. If they march now, they'll intercept the barons in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the coast. It's risky, but together they'd have a higher chance defeating the accursed barons. What are your orders? I'm sorry, Grandees, you're going to have to take a hit, and we're going to have to link up. Dean, welcome on in. You're in the barons and you're rebelling. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll relay your orders to Grandee Whopper, the commander in the field. Whopper, please, join the patricians. Hopefully they'll do as they're told. God knows, treachery can thrive on a battlefield. We have our orders, but should we follow them? Please, Grandees, B, follow orders and link with the patricians. I love bonkles. I like the odds. Never tell me the odds. Alright, it's close. 3, 2, 1 and we'll move on. Never tell me the odds. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for your marshal's return. Finally, she arrives at your throne room, looking perfectly composed. Your Majesty, as your orders, the Grandees have turned their army around to link up with the patricians. All according to plan. Indeed, Your Majesty, let's hope the plan is sound. It'll all come down to the next battle, Your Majesty. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. We will prevail. That's the spirit. Now I really must be going. I have a lot to take care of. Over the next few weeks, it becomes clear that the Southern Army's retreat has given the barons free rein to pillage and plunder the south. The rambling march of forces descend on farms like locusts, taking everything to feed thousands of hungry soldiers. This is not good. Meanwhile, shops, churches and manors are plundered, and the stolen loot shipped back to the march. No! I don't like this. Oh my god, we've accidentally shipped into having the march be in charge of everything. Churches plundered. Exactly. The Crusaders have come and plundered the churches. While the South suffers, Southern forces successfully link up with the patricians. Now the joint army of the grandees and patricians rush to meet the barons in open warfare, and the winner will either end your reign or preserve it. Money! Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council with a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down too. The council hall is filled with nervous silence. My son! The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your esteemed highness, may I be deferred to congratulate you on the birth of your son? What is his name? Thrifty II. Marvellous, your serene highness. I'm sure little Thrifty Jr. will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spy Master soon. Alright, we got an auction. And these, you're going to want a lower stability. With D to prison. But I beg you all, whatever you do, avoid B, the fortress being built. We cannot afford the barons to get even more military. Oh god, F the theatre, dropping authority to 0. Yeah, that would end the game as well. I think we might be over here. I think there's enough barons here with enough cash that they could just force the issue. So here's everyone's money, here's all the options. Oh, look at this. There's no money anywhere. The barons have stolen it all. They're going to spend all the southern money. Build that theatre. And they're going to put out Biffo and ruin my reign. Well, GG everyone. Start the auction. Type !fund, followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund, followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top 2 items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. Everything else will be refunded. You have about 40 seconds to get your funding in, but I will type in chat when there are 10 seconds left. Try not to miss out. Alright, what do we got here? B&E. That's okay. The barons want to fight. It will end because of the auction, yeah, pretty much. It's almost guaranteed. 10 seconds. B and F, there we go. It's over. It really is. Something's wrong. Greetings, Your Majesty. Do you have a moment? Of course. What's the matter, Crown Bishop? I've spoken to my fellow grandees and we're all in agreement. You're not capable of leading us to victory in this war. I've spoken to the patricians and they've come to the same conclusion. We think it would be best if you step down before the realm suffers any further. Are you suggesting I abdicate? Not a suggestion, Your Majesty. We've already sent word to Baron Alex. He's agreed to a truce if you step down. I'm sorry, Your Majesty, but this is your only choice. You've lost the confidence of your vassals. Abdicate or face a kingdom united against you. Guess we better abdicate then. Next morning, every noble in the kingdom turns up to see you sign the abdication papers. The stands are packed to the brim with Baron Alex kind of just sitting in front of the centre, smiling smugly. You, on the other hand... No drama. Would I abdicate with grace and dignity? Running away does seem like drama, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to die if I do this. I mean, it's all drama. It's all tea. Let's just slip away in the night. See if we survive. The king! He's escaped! You witless idiot. You were supposed to keep him here overnight. Well, we've won. That was easier than I expected. You slink out the back door as the crown is lowered on Samuel's head. Meanwhile, you're vomiting off the side of the ship, hired with what little money you could pinch from the treasury. You're nauseous, but you're on your way to Eurasia. Perhaps one day you'll return to reclaim your throne. Perhaps you'll come to enjoy the comforts of exile. Or perhaps you'll slip on your own vomit, slam your head onto the bulkhead, and slide unconscious into the waters. Who can say? That's an oddly specific thing to say. GG Barons, okay. Barons in chat, what do you want Samuel's ambition to be for tomorrow's game? The loyalists decided the rebels had the right idea about King Thrifty. He was forced to abdicate and fled across the Ghost Sea. Military, oh, all military, okay. Alright, it's going to be military no matter what. The patricians failed to turn the kingdom's debts against it, and the moment had passed. Ever practical, they set about collecting interest and hoarding wealth, waiting for the time to scheme once more. All that remained of the Grandee's attempt to usurp the crown was a prisoner deep under the castle, clad in an iron mask and shrouded by rumour. With the king's credibility in tatters, Samuel, leader of the March of Rebellion, seized the moment and seized the throne. King Thrifty the Unready. Very sad indeed. Shadow Moon the wealthiest at 1800. So many of you had nothing. Nothing left. Let's see what Samuel looks like. There's Samuel. And look at the state of this kingdom. Only the barons are doing good. The Pats have money, I guess. What a Chad, he gets all the maidens. He looks good. Yeah, I like the colour coordination of the outfit. Ah, but salutes to Thrifty the Unready. I really did my best. You know that. Oh. It's just the Barons pulled off a blinder then and literally put me in a position where I wasn't going to win. No more King of the Castle today. That's gonna be the end of it. Alright, bye-bye Ephra. Everyone say goodbye to Ephra in chat. Let me just see, because I do have plans. Yeah, 1 AM, time for bed, no problem. Why won't my extension work? We just finished. It's the end of the game. Sorry, Shapeshifter. We're done. We're done now. But there'll be another game tomorrow. Let's see, around this time. 3 hours prior to now. Okay, goodbye, Shapeshifter. No worries, you just missed the end of it. And goodbye to Lake Lock, goodbye to Teeny. So everyone, yes, everyone that said goodbye. Gibbo, Shapeshifter, goodbye. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll see the reign of Samuel. King Samuel.